Hey guys, it's your gal Lallygag here. I know I normally post funny Dead by Daylight videos where I deal with situations like this. Oh no. But today's gonna be different. I've got a special for you. I'm gonna teach you step by step how to easily make a Dead by Daylight totem that you can find in the game. It took me around 9 hours to complete it, but that's because I'm a perfectionist. It also cost me around $32 for all the materials, but you can cut that cost in half if you don't order the bougie remote control candles. Tea candles can work just fine. So, materials. I saw skulls for sale at the dollar store because it was Halloween season, so each skull was only $1 each. Then at Walmart, they literally sell a bag of bones for $10, and that covered the totem base, with 3 bones for the triangle, and 2 mini bones that are on the sides of the sticks. I know that the bag comes with an extra skull, but it doesn't match the 3 skulls, and I wanted them to be uniform, so do whatever you want with it. Freak out your mom. Kitchen twine is cheap. This roll cost me $2. And then candles. I bought these really nice remote-controlled, battery-operated, flickering, light-setting fake candles that look and feel real. There's a link in the description if you want to get them. They really help set the mood. A spooky mood. You can just use normal candles if you want, but that might be a fire hazard. I don't know. Make your choice. But if you can splurge a bit, it took the totem to another level. Everything else I had just lying around my house because I like to make costumes and crafts. I'll mention everything I use though, so you can make sure you have it all. Make sure to have paint. I used black, white, brown, and cream. Paint brushes, some fake blood, Mod Podge. I used antique matte so the totem wasn't shiny. Scissors, a glue gun and ammo, a real white wax candle, a dog to help you find some proper sticks, AA batteries for the candles if you went that route, and finally a hacksaw. I don't know if you have that just lying around, but I did. Okay, so I'd gotten the skulls and bones from the store, so it was time to take a walk with my certified stick quality tester, Lily. We found lots of stick options. You're gonna need 3 thick ones, and they need to be mostly straight. Okay, that was a good run, right, Lily? Good exercise. Then it was time to get all the materials out and prepped. I experimented with the look of kitchen twine by adding a mixture of fake blood, then tiny bits of black and brown paint mixed in a ½ cup of water. I essentially wanted to dye the string. As it looks darker, the higher it goes up. I'll be using the dyed string to attach the mini bones on the sticks, as well as tying the skull bones together at the top. Next was prepping the skulls. Now you might think they look fine as is, but they aren't good enough for me, okay? You'll see the difference between them and just trust me, it's worth it. I mixed some cream paint with the white paint and went to town just slathering that on the skulls.
Oh God, Jerry, what have they done to you?
I don't know, Bill, but I think we're next.
Do this to all of your bones, your 3 skulls, your 3 long bones, and definitely don't forget the 2 tinier bones that you may have accidentally forgot, so you have to redo this step. Wait for the coat of paint to dry and then go over it with a second coat. Trust me, look at the differences between 1 coat and 2 coat. Now comes the detailing. Take some brown paint and mix it with white to get a light beige tone. We're going to use this to darken shadows on the skull and give it some color. Try to darken all of the cracks and crevices. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Get messy in there, and most of all, have fun. After that dries, go in with a smaller brush and really darken the tiny cracks so they stand out and pop. I would do this in waves, starting out super light and then adding some slightly darker details. And then finally, mix a dab of black paint with brown and finish it up by getting in there. Get in the eyes, nostrils, and slightly outline the teeth. I would recommend never to use just straight black paint. Always mix it with another color to make it look realistic. Do the same process for the long bones. Darken the knobs at the top and a line of shade across the bone to highlight its withered look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that everything is painted and you definitely didn't forget to paint the tinier bones, it's time to Mod Podge this. This is a seal you put on top to help protect the coats you put on there, as well as avoid any stickiness the paint might leave. It also makes it look really nice. It looks shiny at first, but just let it dry. Go to your stick pile and realize it's depleted because your dogs got into them and took a couple sacrifices for the entity. I was able to snap off 3 sticks that I felt would work best. Notice that I picked 2 straight ones and 1 curved one. This is so that one of the skulls can sort of bend into place, because if you have 3 big heads trying to knock into each other with straight sticks, it wouldn't be able to form properly. Now cut a small slit in the back of the skull's head with scissors and try to jam the sticks in. You don't want to make the hole too close to the jaw, or your totem skulls will all just be facing downward and it'll just look depressed. You also want to start small on the opening you made in the skull because you want to be able to slide the head on snugly. If you cut it too big, the skull will just jiggle around and you'll have to glue it. Once all of the skulls have been skewered, it's time to put Mod Podge on the sticks. This prevents you from getting dirt everywhere and helps keep the bark in place. It helps preserve the look and gives it a smooth finish, instead of your hand coming away covered in grit and regret. Finally, on the subject of sticks, when I snapped them off, they didn't have a smooth flat end, which isn't good for balancing. I used my handy dandy saw to cut through, giving the stick a nice flat bottom. It's also good to use the saw to cut the sticks down if they're too long, and it's always good to cut down a little bit at a time, because if you accidentally cut off too much, then you're boned. Now to tie it all in, I have kitchen twine. In order to keep the base bones together, tightly wrap the string around one side, then leave a long enough piece sticking out after you wrapped it. Do this for all the bones, then tie the pieces sticking out together to connect them all. I used hot glue to keep the string in place and also to help hide the connector string. Once it's all strung up, I added some glue to the bones on places it connected for stability. Now the base is done. It's time to plan out the positioning of the skulls. All 3 skulls are not the same height. They're layered so that they can all be seen. There's one shorter one with a bone attached to the upper portion of the stick, a medium one with no bone at all, and the tallest skull has a bone on the bottom part of the stick. It kind of helps tell them apart, so we know what goes where and how long each stick needs to be. Hot glue the smaller bones to the sticks and press down firmly to make sure they're really attached. I used the string I marinated in the black, brown, and red paint water to wrap around and reinforce the bones to the stick. Tie it tightly and then cut off any excess. It should look something like this when you're done. What are you looking at, huh? This is what it looks like so far. It just needs to be stabilized. I hot glued all the skulls together at the top. Careful, it might mess with your paint job. I went back over and painted the glue to blend it in. Now we need to glue the base of the sticks to the bones at the bottom.
You go to edit this video and you just hear the background.
Finally, I got some marinated string and wrapped it around the top of the skull sticks to give it one final stabilization factor. Hot glue the string on there as well so it can't slide around. The totem is mostly done at this point. The final piece to add is the candles. I bought these candles off of Amazon. Link is in the description. They're around $18, but they are awesome. It comes with 5 candles of varying height, and they feel like they're made out of real wax. They're battery powered, and you can click a remote to toggle them with some really cool settings. You can dim or brighten the lights. They have a timer setting for how long you'd want them to be on. You can choose to have them be normally lit or a cool candle mode that has more flickering and makes them look really lifelike. Also, there's no heat, so I don't have to worry about all of my hard work going up in flames. My only thing is that these candles looked a little too clean, so I had an idea to take a real mini wax candle of the same color, light it, and then drip the wax around the rim to make the candles look like they've been worn and gives them some really cool drippy effect. This is all extra stuff, but I feel like all of these details are really worth it in the end. Now it's time for the reveal. And there you have it. I hope this tutorial helps. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone for watching and subscribing. We just hit over 100 subs on YouTube, and that's a pretty big milestone. I just want to make this as a special just to say thanks for watching and thanks for being here. If you don't know, I stream Dead by Daylight on Twitch. It's just an absolute blast over there. The community is hilarious and supportive, and we all have a really good time hanging out together. Come check me out live on the Lallygag channel if you haven't already. Other than that, I'm going to continue making content I enjoy. Please watch out for more videos soon. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!